On our website, you can get PDF learning materials for free. Please visit englist.me.
Aversion.
A strong dislike or reluctance towards something or someone. A feeling of extreme distaste or aversion towards something or someone unpleasant.
Examples:
Aversion therapy. Strong aversion. Her aversion to snakes made her avoid the reptile exhibit at the zoo.
Disappoint.
To fail to meet someone or their hopes or expectations, to make someone feel sad.
Examples:
Disappoint the audience. Don't disappoint me. She worked very hard not to disappoint her boss's expectations.
Befriend.
To become a friend of someone, especially when in need.
Examples:
Befriend a young boy. Befriend other members. I'm willing to befriend the weak and the poor.
Immersion.
The act of putting someone or something into a liquid completely, the state of being completely involved in a subject or activity.
Examples:
Baptism by immersion. Immersion in acid. I felt like I was in a different world because of the immersion experience of virtual reality.
Untouched.
Not touched or disturbed by anyone or anything, not having been altered, changed, or affected in any way.
Examples:
Untouched wilderness. Untouched landscape. The abandoned house was untouched for years, with vines growing all over it.
Daring.
Brave and taking risks.
Examples:
Daring escape. Make a daring face. Her choices become increasingly daring and creative.
Visualize.
To form a mental image or concept of something, to make something visible.
Examples:
Visualize data. Visualize flying through space. She tried to visualize the layout of the new house in her mind.
Steward.
A person responsible for the management and care of another's property or for the supervision of the domestic staff of a large household or organization. A person in charge of arranging for the supply of food to a college, club, etc.
Examples:
Steward duties. Steward service. The steward on the flight was very helpful in assisting passengers with their needs.
Abduct.
To take someone away illegally to an undisclosed location by force, usually to extract a ransom.
Examples:
Abduct a girl. Abduct at gunpoint. The passerby witnessed the moment the boy was abducted.
Intellect.
The ability to think logically and comprehend information, especially at an advanced level.
Examples:
Enrich my intellect. Human intellect. Your intellect is capable of distinguishing among similar objects.
Cot.
A small bed for a baby or child, typically with high sides, to prevent the child from falling out.
Examples:
Cot in the tent. Baby's cot. The hospital provides cots for patients' families who want to stay overnight.
Clap.
To hit your hands together and make a short and loud noise, mainly to show your approval or praise.
Examples:
Clap my hands. Clap a book shut. We clapped along with the singer's song.
Pixie.
A mythical creature, often depicted as a small, mischievous, and playful fairy-like being with pointed ears, sometimes associated with forests or nature.
Examples:
Whimsical pixie. Pixie-like figure. The little girl dressed up as a mischievous pixie for Halloween.
Atrocity.
Brutal act, an extremely wicked or cruel act.
Examples:
Commit atrocity. Cold-blooded atrocity. The atrocity of the war left many children orphaned.
Opportune.
Suitable or happening at a time that is suitable or convenient for a particular purpose.
Examples:
Opportune occasion. An opportune remark. The phone rang at the most opportune time.
Institutionalize.
To establish or make something a part of an institution, equals a place such as a university, hospital, etc.
Examples:
Institutionalize a system. Institutionalize customary laws. The new policy aims to institutionalize the use of renewable energy sources.
Empower.
To give someone the power or authority to do something.
Examples:
Empower my life. Empower the secretary to do the same. The company empowered employees to buy low-price items without approval to achieve efficient purchasing.
Extremist.
A person who holds extreme political or religious views and who is willing to use violent or illegal methods to promote those views.
Examples:
Extremist political views. Radical extremist. The extremist group planned a series of violent attacks to push its agenda.
Incite.
To encourage, stir up, or provoke someone to do something, to urge, instigate, or stimulate someone to take action, often negative or aggressive.
Examples:
Incite violence. Incite rebellion. The politician's speech seemed designed to incite anger and unrest among the crowd.
Convict.
To prove or declare someone to be guilty of a crime, Noun, a person serving a sentence in a jail or prison.
Examples:
Convict him of manslaughter. Convict in a jail. He was convicted on fraud charges and sentenced to 5 years in prison.
Sham.
Something that is not as good or true as it seems to be and is intended to deceive people. A person who pretends to be something they are not.
Examples:
A sham battle. Turn out to be all sham. The data he prepared was completely sham.
Demagogue.
A political leader who gains power and popularity by appealing to people's emotions, prejudices, and biases, often by making false and misleading claims.
Examples:
Religious demagogue. Charismatic demagogue. The demagogue's divisive rhetoric was meant to stir up anger and hatred.
Viol.
A stringed instrument, typically with 6 strings and frets, played with a bow, also called a viola da gamba.
Examples:
Viol instrument. Viol music. The viol player was rehearsing for an upcoming concert.
Disempower.
To deprive of power, authority, or influence, to make someone or something less powerful or effective.
Examples:
Disempower the employees. Disempower the opposition. The politicians' efforts to disempower marginalized communities were met with widespread criticism.
Acumen.
The ability to make sound judgments and quick decisions, especially when it comes to business or financial matters.
Examples:
Critical acumen. Financial acumen. His business acumen helped him make intelligent investments and grow his portfolio quickly.
Slum.
A heavily populated urban area characterized by poor, rundown housing and infrastructure, often associated with poverty and social neglect.
Examples:
Slum area. Slum dwellers. The government needs to invest more in affordable housing options to reduce the number of people living in slums.
Yearn.
To strongly desire or long for something.
Examples:
Yearn after my old days. Yearn for love. She yearned for the days when things were simpler.
Graffiti.
Writing or drawings scribbled, scratched, or sprayed illicitly on a wall or other surface in a public place.
Examples:
Graffiti art. Graffiti tag. The city spent a lot of money cleaning up the graffiti on the buildings downtown.
Philanthropy.
The practice of voluntarily helping the poor, especially by giving money.
Examples:
Philanthropy organization. Private philanthropy. Tech billionaires often spend the majority of their time on philanthropy.
Philanthropic.
Characterized by a desire to promote the welfare of others, especially by donating money or providing charitable aid, of or relating to the practice of philanthropy.
Examples:
Philanthropic donation, philanthropic mission. The philanthropic organization donated millions of dollars to fund medical research.
Transcend.
To rise above or go beyond the limits of something.
Examples:
Transcend boundaries, transcend limits. The music transcended cultural barriers and reached audiences globally.
Mosque.
A Muslim place of worship that usually has a minaret equals slender tower with balconies.
Examples:
Domed mosque, the sacred mosque. Jumeirah Mosque is one of the most beautiful buildings in the United Arab Emirates.
Sect.
A group of people who follow a particular religious or philosophical belief system, especially one that is regarded as outside the norm or mainstream.
Examples:
Sect beliefs, secret sect. The minority sect believed in a set of unconventional religious practices.
Fundamentalist.
A person who adheres strictly to the basic principles of any subject or discipline.
Examples:
Fundamentalist church, political fundamentalist. He is a religious fundamentalist and strictly adheres to the teachings of his faith.
Stipend.
A fixed sum of money paid regularly, often as a salary or allowance, to support a particular activity or role, such as a student or trainee.
Examples:
Full-time stipend, stipend amount. As a graduate student, I receive a monthly stipend to cover my living expenses.
Apprentice.
A person who works for and learns from a skilled employer to become a skilled worker themselves.
Examples:
Apprentice carpenter, a young apprentice. He took on an apprentice to teach him the trade.
Bribe.
To try to make someone do something to gain one's favors or influence by giving a gift of money or other inducements.
Examples:
Bribe a politician, bribe him with food. He tries to bribe the ship's captain to export illegal products.
Imam.
A religious leader of the Muslim community, especially the leader of a mosque and a community.
Examples:
Imam of mosque, spiritual imam. In some Muslim countries, the imam's position is appointed by the government.
Cynical.
Believing that people are motivated by self-interest, distrustful of human sincerity or integrity.
Examples:
cynical remarks, cynical worldview. He was very cynical and didn't believe anything anyone said unless he saw evidence for himself.
Desegregation.
The action or process of eliminating segregation, typically of races or ethnic groups, in educational, social, or other institutions.
Examples:
desegregation plan, legal desegregation. Desegregation of schools was a major social issue in the 1960s.
Phalanx.
A close and tightly packed formation of troops, typically in ancient warfare, a united or closely knit group of individuals working together towards a common purpose or goal.
Examples:
finger phalanx, finger phalanx. The soldiers marched in a phalanx formation, ready for battle.
Distort.
To change something's shape, appearance, or sound so that it appears weird or unclear.
Examples:
distort the facts, distort the economy. Economists contend that taxes distort consumer behavior in general.
Hail.
To call out to someone to get their attention, often from a distance, to greet or welcome someone, especially with enthusiasm or admiration. Noun, precipitation in the form of small balls or lumps of ice that fall from the sky.
Examples:
hail the victorious team with cheers. Hail forecast. People in the area were forced to hail a taxi due to the lack of public transportation options.
Nourish.
To provide a person, an animal, or plant with food to make them grow and stay healthy.
Examples:
nourish damaged skin. Nourish hope. The mother used her breast milk to nourish the baby.
Humility.
The quality or condition of being humble, a low estimate of oneself.
Examples:
develop an attitude of humility. Lack of humility. We were filled with humility at the sight of the Queen.
Audacity.
Boldness or daring, especially when it is foolhardy or reckless.
Examples:
audacity of hope. Act of audacity. His audacity in stealing the painting matched his foolishness in getting caught.